Well, it looks like we've got a filter on.
Well, we haven't though, because we're just this beautiful. There's a Harvey. Is that Harvey? Yeah. Okay, Cobes, shut up now. Shut up. Let's have a dog party. Cobes! Right, let's just get on with it.
Oh.
Okay.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with my good friend Morgan. I've mentioned her in past videos. We thought we would get together and do a joint video. So what are we going to talk about?
Shut up, dog. Things we wish you knew when we first got into fitness.
We came about this idea, we were talking a few weeks ago, and I don't know where the fuck I'm going right now. But basically we're going to do 10 things that we wish we'd have known when we first got into fitness or first got into the gym. So I've written down 5 things, and so is Morgs. We've not seen what each other have written, so this could be interesting. I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, number 1, weighing out my food raw. Oh my god, shut up.
Naughty dog.
So basically, when I first started in the gym, I used to weigh all my food out cooked. Up until like probably about a year ago, somebody told me that it's much easier to weigh it out raw. So say if you cook your food, you could overcook it one day, so you've got less water in there, therefore you're having more chicken than than if you had undercooked it. You know what I mean? So basically it's much easier and more accurate to weigh your food out raw, because it's the same, you know, density, is that the right word?
See, I still weigh my food out cooked.
I suppose it's easy to weigh it out cooked because you could do it in bulk and then obviously just take out what you need that day.
We're back on.
Okay, you get my drift anyway. It's much easier, I think, now to cook my food out raw, because at least it's the same every time.
I might try that then. Thanks.
Okay. Go on, your turn.
5 years later. So this is the thing that I actually said to Morgs the other day. When I first got into the gym and I had this coach.
Mentioning no names.
Obviously you've got your macros, proteins, carbs and fats. I used to think, this is like really embarrassing for me to admit, but whatever. Say for example a chicken breast weighs 200 grams. I used to believe that that was 200 grams of protein.
It was the sweet potato one that got me.
The sweet potato.
He was like, yeah, I'm having like 300 grams of carbs in this meal. And I was like, what are you on about? He was like, yeah, I'm having 300 grams of sweet potato in this meal. And I was like, that doesn't mean it's 300 grams of carbs though. It just means it's 300 grams of sweet potato.
I was like, what? Sorry.
The thing that's like worse about that though is that her coach like led her to believe that that was the case. Like he didn't correct her on it, which I think is terrible really, isn't it? Means you're paying someone to be doing your diet and he's letting you believe, you know.
So yeah, that was a funny story. Thank God Morgan corrected me. Because I don't think, was my fitness pal a thing back then?
I think it was, but it wasn't as popular as like what it is now.
We didn't know about my fitness pal back then.
I'm trying to think if I did.
We can't have. Well, I didn't. You might have.
I think I did, but like you say, I don't think it was as popular as what it is now.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so.
Talking about my fitness pal is a really good way of tracking everything, isn't it?
I definitely say so. Yeah, because you can set yourself goals, you can set yourself the amount of calories you want to have a day, the amount of protein, carbs and fats. And I think if it fits your macros, does work. So say if you wanted that chocolate bar, as long as you make it fit into your macros for the day, then have the chocolate bar, do you know what I mean? Like, I do think that is a good way, is using my fitness pal to track everything. I think a lot of people use it, don't they? Like even pro bodybuilders and stuff. Yeah, I think they do. It's just a really easy way to do it, so.
Because you've got to know where you're at.
Yeah, definitely. Until you've been doing it a few years and like you can guesstimate, you know, your rough ideas of how much of stuff is in stuff. You know what I mean? Then yeah, from when you're first starting out, I definitely recommend using my fitness pal to track your food. Okay, so my next one is that I was led to believe that you had to, or you know, you need to take protein powder. And
that's kind of one of mine.
Oh, is it?
Sort of.
Because my mum really hates me for this. So basically, I used to have really nice skin, As soon as I started going to the gym, I used to have, obviously you track how much protein you have and you try and have more protein to try and grow muscle, etc. Well, I then thought you needed to have protein powder to help you grow muscle. So I started having all this whey protein powder, and she's convinced that that is the reason for my skin breaking out into acne, which to a certain extent I can kind of believe that maybe, yeah, I was having, because I was then suddenly having so much protein in my diet, it maybe did cause my breakouts. But it annoys me that you were led to believe that you had to have these protein shakes in order to, you know, grow muscle if you do go to the gym. Like, you could just eat chicken or whatever. That's exactly the same, if not better for you, than having to have protein powder. So that was my pet peeve, that, you know, you was led to believe that.
A lot of the protein powders, if you don't get a good quality one, they're all filled with absolute
and they just taste horrible as well. Because I used to have mine with water as well to be healthy.
Yeah.
They're just not nice, they're disgusting. I can understand putting them in your oats for a bit of flavouring. Like, I used to have a salted caramel one, which was really nice. But other than that, like, I just don't bother with them anymore.
I do have protein oats, I will admit that, but I like it. And to be fair, I struggle to get all my protein in, so at least I know with, like, protein oats I'm getting,
yeah, that's fair enough then,
an extra like 30 grams. But I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I need to have a protein shake post workout.
Yeah, and just survive on that all day. It's just protein shakes.
I remember when we were training and we'd go to the gym, and literally as soon as we stopped training and put the weights down, we'd get our little scoops.
Oh my gosh, with our
gym.
special shakers that had like the little container at the bottom to keep your powder in. Yeah, I remember.
Funny, those were the days.
But when it comes to stuff like this, don't you feel like you have come a long way? Like, you've learnt a lot when you think about the things we did used to do.
Yeah, massively. But that's the thing as well, like there's got to be so many people out there that are either too scared to go to the gym because there is so much to fucking learn.
Yeah. Or
they just don't know. Like, we didn't know these things, did we?
No, we didn't, to be fair.
I mean, you only learn by doing and by, I don't know, watching videos like this.
Yeah. Subscribe. The button's here.
What's my next one? Oh, this was it. No one's really looking at you.
Oh my god.
Like, not everyone's just sat there watching you 24/7 at the gym. Which I used to think, like, oh my god, everyone's staring at me. Everyone thinks I'm a twat. Everyone's like, oh my god, what is she doing?
Her film's wrong. Like, yeah.
No one cares. No one's looking at you.
Everyone's there for themselves. They don't give a shit about what you're doing.
And if anything, they admire you for
giving it a go. Yeah.
Like, yeah, fair play.
This is what annoys me when you see these girls that go, I used to be so scared about going to the gym because, you know, boys are looking at me. Boys don't give a shit.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Boys really don't give a shit. Unless you're there, like, deadlifting 10 times more than they are.
Yeah, and they're, like, impressed by it. Then, yeah. And, oh, just don't even get me started on girls like that. I just can't. No, I can't deal with it.
She gets aggy. But yeah, that's one thing that I used to always think. That everyone's, like, judging me or thinking, what the fuck is she doing? She doesn't have a clue. Like, no one cares.
I mean, there is times when I do, like, weird glute exercises and I feel like people are looking at me thinking, what is she doing? But I think they're just like, oh, I wonder what that is actually working, and they probably want to try it themselves. Because to be fair, when I have done random weird movements, people have then come up to me and said, oh, how is that working? What body part? Like, do you know what I mean? So they want to know advice on it, and then they try it themselves then. So sorry about that. My dog is just the most annoying thing ever. He's back. Oh my god. Creatine is a steroid.
Oh yeah. I forgot about creatine. Girls should not take creatine. I need to keep looking at that. Girls should not take creatine.
Why?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were being serious.
One thing I was...
Can we just show everybody?
Should we have a...
Right. This is what we are dealing with. This is cobes. This is So this is what we're dealing with, and this is why we can't concentrate, because we have a bulldog and a Rottweiler. Right, yeah, creatine is a steroid. It is not a steroid. That's all I have to say about that. I remember when I used to take it in the car, literally before training, I think it was. Oh, I'm a bit out of breath. And I literally just used to get the scoop and like just shove it straight in my mouth and then down it with some water. Because I thought taking creatine was like a necessity, but it's not though. Like,
yeah,
all it does is just hold water in the muscles to make you look fuller. I feel like I'm saying all this and people are going to quote me on it saying, no, that's completely wrong. But as far as I'm concerned, that's what it does. So you don't have to take it, but it's most definitely not a steroid.
And I was always taught that girls shouldn't take creatine. It's a man's supplement to take. What else did I write down?
To be fair, there's probably loads of things that I wish I'd known.
You have to eat. I keep looking up there. You have to eat. When I first started, I don't know about you, but I literally... I'd go to the gym and be training really, really hard, but I just wouldn't be eating enough because I wanted to look. Yeah, I guess I wanted to look lean. But
yeah, but you didn't realise that you have to eat to build some glutes, and that is everyone's main goal.
Yeah, I was trying to build muscle, but
being in a deficit.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
No,
didn't work for a long time, and it took me a long time to realise that I actually had to eat more food. So
yeah, a lot of girls are scared to eat. I always thought he was going to say you have to eat every 3 hours, because I trained very much like a bodybuilder when I first got into the gym, and because my friends around me train like bodybuilders too, I was in the mindset, like I said, about taking creatine, and then you have to eat every 3 hours. You have to have, you can only have 30 grams of protein in an hour or something like that, otherwise your body can't digest it. Like, there's so many myths and things that like I used to believe, that I used to try and live my life by, and it's just, you know, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you want to have 50 grams of protein in that meal, you just have 50 grams of protein, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was the other one, eating every 3 hours.
I think it's important to work out how much protein you need. If you're looking to build muscle or lose weight, it's important that you're hitting your protein intake for like every single day. If you want to eat like a Mackey's, that's fine, just still make sure that you're hitting that protein.
Yeah, I agree. I think girls stress too much. I'm not just trying to pin this all on girls, but this is kind of like aimed at them slightly, that I think they stress too much. That say if they were to have like an off day or an off track day, whatever you want to call it, they'd have like a chocolate bar or something and they'd feel guilty about it. Therefore they feel like they have to do extra cardio to try and compensate for eating that chocolate bar, or they feel like they have to starve themselves for the rest of the day because of it. And I just don't see, like, unless you're dieting for like an actual competition or anything where it needs to be strict, I don't see the point in, you know, making yourself feel like that. Like, what is the actual point? Like, you're meant to enjoy your life as well. And I tell you what, I used to be one of these girls that never felt guilty for eating shit. Like, how many times I used to turn up to the gym and I was like stuffing like chocolate buttons down my throat or something.
You're eating a pack of sweets.
Yeah, literally.
Trainer.
And you used to say to me, like, do you not even feel bad? And be like, no. And I feel like I've progressed better because I just didn't care. I was hitting my protein for the day. I was having all my good food. But if I wanted the extra muffin or something on top of that, then I don't see what's wrong with it. Whereas these girls, I think that, you know.
Can I just put in, like, I used to be one of those girls that felt guilty. And
yeah.
Sometimes I still do, but it's more because it's like, actually, you should, like, fucking have it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you've not got nothing to feel guilty about.
And obviously, if you're craving that for a reason, why are you depriving yourself? You might as well just have that and then be happy and move on with the day. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think, yeah. And if you're going to have a cheat meal, I think it's definitely best to try and have it as your last meal of the day, though, because say if you had it as breakfast, you're not going to want to have like a full English breakfast then go for the rest of the day having just your chicken and rice or whatever your meals are you? You'd want to have shit for the rest of the day as well, because it kind of sets you off.
Yeah.
So I think having your cheat meal at the end of the day, you literally have your meal, have some ice cream or something for dessert, go to bed happy, wake up the next day, it's a fresh start, you can go again with your healthy food.
And I think as well, a lot with that, like, I used to be like, oh, well, I've had a slice of cake, I might as well.
Yeah,
just
fuck
have
it.
that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. And then you'd fuck your whole day up.
Yeah, and then probably fuck your whole week up.
Yeah, done that a few times.
That's it. So yeah, there's no point beating yourself up about it. I just have your one food, have a little, you know, cheat meal, whatever it is, and just move on.
Like, I wouldn't even call it a cheat meal unless you are competing. Don't call it a cheat meal, because I think that's when you start getting into like the obsessive mindset. Like, if you're going out for a meal with your grandma, I say grandma because that's what all I do. If you're going out for a meal one night then and you want a burger, just have a fucking burger.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Please don't feel guilty for it or feel like you have to do extra cardio or feel like you have to deprive yourself, you know, starve yourself for the rest of the day, because it's just not worth it. And like I said, I never used to be like that, and I feel like I progressed fine without feeling guilty about it. So yeah, I don't think you have to be as strict as people make out that you have to be.
No.
So
it's just all about, it's about knowing your goals, like whether you want to build muscle or lose fat. And I think it's about knowing like your calorie, what's the word?
Maintenance.
Yeah, your maintenance. So if you're trying to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. If you're trying to put on muscle, you need to be in a calorie
surplus.
It's really important to know all of that.
To be fair, there's you can go on like bodybuilding.com, type all your stats in, so like your height, your weight, like Rachel says, your goals, and it has got a calculator on there that helps you work out what your maintenance is, what your surplus would be and what your deficit would be. And it helps you work out your actual macros and everything as well. So it's pretty, to be fair, I think it's pretty accurate. Yeah, accurate. This dog. Okay.
Yeah. I've got, don't be scared to ask for help. But to be fair, when I first started, we started training together in a really small local gym, and then we both kind of moved on to separate gyms, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then I started going on my own, and honestly I was petrified to go in the gym on my own. But when I started going, I'd have people come up to me and be like, and they'd help me, like, correct my form or say, oh, have you tried doing it this way? But they were really, really nice to me. So I think that helped. Like,
yeah.
And that definitely built up my confidence.
I'm just trying to think, like the gym I trained at, to be fair.
Kobe, stop! Stop! She's not even looking at you.
She don't give a shit about you.
Sorry, mate.
She don't want to play. Yeah, the gym I trained at, I'd say were quite friendly, to be fair, like all the staff that worked there, the people behind the desk, but I did get on with them very well. So if I needed a hand or if I needed a spotter or whatever, they were happy to help.
I think definitely make the most of the staff members at the gym, because they're there for a reason.
And most of them, if they're legit or whatever, they do know their shit as well, so they can help you, you know, with what you may need. Many a times I had to ask for diet advice, and one guy there especially would help me with that. Same with you actually, because remember I recommended him to you as well.
Oh yeah.
So they're happy to help whoever, and not to charge you either, because they're not there to make money, they generally want to see you do well. So yeah, definitely make the most of the people that work there.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Have you not noticed how she don't care about you?
She wants
You act all brave.
Stop.
And then as soon as she comes towards you, you get scared. Pussy up.
Which
one is it?
Dunno, but I had one more thing. Fuck, it's 7 o'clock, I need to get drunk. I had one more thing, and it's all about protein really. I used to think like I used to buy protein pasta.
Oh my god, yeah. On my
And protein bread.
On my protein, they used to have everything on there, didn't they?
Dr. Zach's protein pasta.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
You just don't need it. You don't need it, guys. We're gonna leave it there because this dog.
It's so annoying.
Anyway, we hope you've got something from the video. We'll probably be doing quite a few videos together.
Yeah, I do want to do some more. Maybe more challenging ones.
Yeah.
I would say ones that involve eating, but you can't right now because you're on prep.
I'm on com prep. But if you have any ideas, then feel free to message her. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't do it. Don't do it. See ya.